Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we have Keith from pop punk band Pine Creek Academy.
Hello.
I should have left that day way before I wanted to know. If you had anyone you called your own, lips like candy, but you left a sour taste in my mouth. I should have recognized and figured you out, 'cause you control my mind, and I just let you waste my time. I never had a thought that it would end like this. If I had gotten through to find that nothing between us aligned, then all the pain and suffering would leave me tonight. Everybody knows how to need to find a way to let go of it, when I just wanna feel it for a bit. Drinking all alone, watch me drink until I drown. Guess my feelings never count. All the love from you was counterfeit.
I just wanted to start out with like some easy questions. What was like one of the albums you grew up with that you could listen to front to back without any skips?
Oh man, I'm not good with album names, but I guess going by bands, Third Eye Blind, one of their earlier records. I don't know what it was, but had like "How's It Gonna Be" and all those songs on it. Blink 182, the Pants Jacket album. I always listen to that one from front to back. I burned that one out actually. The CD didn't work. I fully exhausted that one. And then I know there was a Metallica one as well. Um, Might have been the one that had Enter Sandman on it.
The Black Album. Yeah.
Yep. That was another good one. Those are a few.
Okay. Um, what was your first concert you ever attended?
Oh boy. Um, well, like a show in general, my dad was in a band growing up, so like I always went to like his band's shows, stuff like that. On like a big stage scale, probably Warped Tour, I would say. Back when Warped Tour was actually Warped Tour. I know it came back, but it's not the same.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna dig into some history. What got you into music, and what age did you like pick up an instrument?
Yep. So that goes back to my dad. My dad and actually my uncle were both in bands when I was growing up. So they had band practice every Thursday night in the basement. So like me and my cousins and brother would be in the basement, like jumping around on the couch while they practiced. So that was the start of it for me because I knew I wanted to do that when I was older and learn how to play an instrument, and that's where it all began.
Okay, cool. Um, let's see. What else? Okay, who would you say are some of your musical influences as far as for like vocals and guitar?
Yeah. So I have a lot of influences for like particular things. I would say vocal wise, Third Eye Blind because I really like those vocals the way they sit. State Champs, it's a pop punk band. Matchbox 20, I love listening to them when I was younger, and I really liked the way his vocals sounded. I more like listen for the vocals. That's like kind of what resonates most to me. Um, for like instrumental kind of things, Pink Floyd was a big one when I was growing up, just because it was very like something different. Like it was more spaced out and cool sounds, and it was really interesting to me listening to them when I was younger. The Wall, I enjoy listening to the Wall a lot.
Okay. Okay. How did I know you're in Take the Name, that band. How did this band form?
Yep. So we joined Take the Name back in 20, I believe it was 2021. I joined as a drummer, and then they were also looking for a bass player. So Nick joined about a week or two after me. And then after being in that band for so long, we kind of were just talking one day about, making our own band. At first, it wasn't pop punk. We were going to do more of like an indie experimental project. And then eventually it just came to Pine Creek Academy, and we decided to go the pop punk route. And guess we've been going strong ever since. So then that we started in 2023. So it was about 2 years after Take the Name that we started this one up as well.
Okay. And uh, you two got together. Did you seek out other band members?
Yeah. So at first, our first drummer, his name was Ryan, and then I think he was with us for maybe the first year, as well as Ben on guitar. And then we parted ways with both of them, and then we added Kyle. So Kyle's the current drummer, and then currently I'm playing guitar. So we're like a power trio, but we are looking to get another member for guitar eventually, whenever it falls into place. So we're looking.
Hmm, okay. And how did you come up with the name for the band?
So I grew up off a road called Pine Creek Drive, and then I spent most of my youth in my dad's basement. That was like our little studio area. That's where like his bands played. It's where eventually I would start learning and self teaching myself how to play certain instruments, learning how to write songs on my own. So I kind of considered it my own like little music academy because I had all bands coming in and out. A lot of writing sessions down there. So just kind of merged them together in Pine Creek Academy.
Awesome. And where's your band based out of?
The exact location is Tamaqua, but I usually say Allentown just because it's something that people are more familiar with. So we're close to Allentown, and then the other two guys are in Reading. So we're kind of like spaced out a little bit, but we claim Allentown.
Okay. And how's the music scene around there?
My exact location dead, unfortunately. There's not really any big venues around the area, so it's just like well, I don't want to say dead because I guess the music scene, like the local bar scene, is good. Like there's a lot of cover bands and stuff like that. But as far as touring bands, like what we're trying to do, there's not a big venue for us here. So that's why we kind of go to like Allentown. They have a pretty good scene. Harrisburg, they have a couple good venues there. And Reading has the Reverb at least. They might have something else that I'm not aware of. But yeah, it's pretty good. The Northeast scene is strong as a whole, though, for sure.
Okay. Before we dive into talking about a couple songs, I got a couple questions here. I saw on your Facebook feed today you played something called PorchFest. What is that?
Yeah, so that was in Jim Thorpe. I don't know if you ever heard of Jim Thorpe. It's like a pretty historic town. They call it Little Switzerland, I think. This was the first year they did Porch Fest, so it was a bunch of port like businesses that would offer their porch, and then a bunch of bands and musicians come, and like the whole strip, there's just performers like on either side just playing on porches. It was pretty cool. So this was the first year they had it, and I think they're doing it next year. So we'll be looking out for that and gonna do it again. It was a great time.
So, how does that work? Do you have to sign up to be involved in it, or you just go out on your porch and play?
Yeah, they did have a sign up thing on Facebook, so they made a post, and then you submit your band, and they get back to you, and basically just Facebook.
Okay. You're signed to Theoria Records. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how you came to be involved with them?
We were signed on there with Take the Name, and then the one day I was talking to Cody, who he runs Theoria Records, and I was asking him what he thought about this other label that had reached out to us because they wanted to take us on, and he was like, we'll just take you guys on as well, and that's kind of how that happened. So from previously being on it with Take the Name, it's kind of how that happened.
And what do they do for you as far as being in a band? What do they help you out with?
It's more of growing us as a band. It's like the growing stages, helping with advertisement and a little bit of budget, stuff like that.
What about like tours and stuff? Do they book them for you?
Yeah, they don't really get too much into that. They have a different guy that kind of handles that stuff, but so far we haven't really done much booking on the label side of things. So it might be something that we get more involved with soon, though, because we're trying to book some dates right now as far as runs go.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna talk about a couple songs off your album Liminal. And we're gonna start out with Everybody Knows. And you sing in there, everybody knows that I need to find a way to let go of it. And there's another line in there, it was really good that I liked. Love gets sweeter when you throw the bitter pieces away. I love that line. And it's kind of like talking about like a one-sided relationship where the other person ain't giving only whenever they got extra free time, you know.
Yep, and it's basically just about, finally letting go of that toxic sort of relationship and, just doing what you have to do for yourself. And because it's, you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And if you're not going to get that reciprocated, then it's not worth investing your time in.
Okay. And did this song take a long time to write, or was it one of those ones that just came out real quick?
Musically, it kind of just popped into my head the one day, like in the car, just the whole song was just there. And then I took a couple weeks to really format the lyrics and, get the actual song meaning down to it. So the music for that one definitely came first. And then I kind of like got the vibe of it, found out what I wanted to write it about, and then, got the whole thing together.
I've had a lot to say, never should have asked you to stay. Now I'm left under a cloud of pain. Love gets sweeter when you throw the bitter pieces away. Give it time, I'll be myself in the end. 'Cause I know this for sure, I'll never see you at my door. I'm recognizing everything is better with you, boy. The memories I ignore, so you can't hurt me anymore. Nobody deserves to feel the night with you bring. Everybody knows that I need to find a way to let go of it, but I just wanna feel it for a bit. Drinking all alone, watch me drink until I drown. Guess my feelings never count. All the love from you was counterfeit.
Okay, the next song is called The Divide. And you sing in there, it gets better in time, don't get stuck in your mind. The chorus was breaking down, stressing out. Would you tell me all the horrors that you're feeling? I want to turn it all around. Like you're trying to help out, like your friend get through this tough time, and it's kind of like a positive message, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a positive message. It's more about, battling your inner demons and pulling yourself back up, dusting yourself off, and keep going. It's not the end. There's always going to be tough times, and you just got to break through that, and eventually things get better.
Listening to demons when they tell you where to go, don't believe them. They play tricks until you cave in. But you're stronger than anybody I know. Yeah, it gets better in time. Don't get stuck in your mind. Don't breathe heavy, but you're gonna lift all of it. This wall makes a divide. The right side you will find. So start climbing, you'll be safe and sound. Break it down, trust it now. Would you tell me all the holes that you're feeling? I wanna turn it all around, get you off the ground, make a step for all the things that you believe in. I know you can.
I noticed on one of your songs you collaborated with a band. How do you figure out who you're going to collaborate with on songs, or if this song needs something, you know?
I would say for the most part it's random, but I might have a song and I'm like, oh, this would sound really good with like a female on it, or maybe a certain band, their songs kind of have a similar vibe to ours, so then it would mesh well. But yeah, for the most part, it's also tactical, because the way you release music now, if you collab with somebody, it's going to be your audience and their audience on the day of release. So it just builds your chances with algorithms. It's a very weird time now for music. It's more strategic than actually just being the artist. Like TikTok and all that kind of stuff too. You gotta stay on top of all of those avenues. So it's strategic, as well as maybe someone would actually fit on the song as well.
Okay. If there was one thing you could change about the music industry, what would it be?
Definitely what I just said there. Taking away not all of social media, but just like the pressure of it, and how it's like you got to be an influencer first and a musician second. And I hate that. I don't think it should ever be like that. I think the music should come first, and then yes, maybe that can help. But I just feel like you got to be. If you're not on TikTok, you don't stand a chance, and that's sad to me. Or any of them, Reels, YouTube Shorts, but I would say right now TikTok is like the main driver of, oh, you gotta post TikTok every day, you gotta post 3 times a day. It's just so much fatigue in doing that, you know what I mean? And staying creative, and I don't know, it's weird.
Is there any like special skills that you use for to grab somebody's attention?
Not really. I try not to sell into it too much, so it's kind of just like singing the songs, different locations, or like piecing up music videos, using that as some content. But I try not to hop on the trends, because I don't know. That's not really who we are. So we do post a lot, and I try to stay consistent, but I don't like to hop on the trends. Maybe some of the music ones, but not just random stuff.
Like the new trend I saw out there was like somebody got fired from this band, but by the time you get through the whole thing, they're announcing a show or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe stuff like that is okay, but if it's not relevant to music, I don't just hop on that just to hop on it.
Okay. What do you have planned for the rest of this year, 2026?
So for right now, I know July 11th is our next release. So releasing Pieces, that comes out everywhere July 11th. And then we actually happen to have a show that night as well in Philly. So we're playing Silk City in Philly on July 11th as well. So it kind of worked out good. It's like a little release show for us.
And is there like any plans for tours or anything like that?
We are working on, I think it's in the fall sometime in October. We don't have any venues set or anything like that, but we are working on a run for fall, early fall. And then we'll probably plug in some other things along the way, like maybe some shows in August. Not a full run, but maybe like a couple shows in August as well. Hopefully. That's our main goal. We wanna get busier on the touring side of things for sure.
How can we get a hold of you? Facebook, Instagram?
Yep. Yep, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. We have our official website, which has all of our badges along the top of that. Um, Linktree, pretty much any social site, we're on there.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thanks for having us. No, just give us a follow. Hit us up on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Catch our shows. We got everything on our website. So all of our upcoming shows, our upcoming releases, basically anything that we're doing is always going to be on the website there. So, yeah.